Welcome to Playtell, a new series devoted to deconstructing stories in video games. We extrapolate the plots of different games using our interactive narrative structure system, The Gamer's Journey, based on similar models used for film and television. As well as this, we discuss storytelling techniques and analyse how the gameplay merges with story in brief intervals called patch notes. And finally, we wrap everything up with an arbitrary score out of 12, because there are 12 stages to The Gamer's Journey, and I was feeling clever at the time I came up with that. You can watch more videos on our channel, or support us and find out more about us at patreon.com/playtell. Please subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments. First up is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The world is on the brink of international conflict, with a civil war in Russia and a military coup underway in the Middle East. You are John Soap McTavish, a new mute recruit of the SAS. Soap is initiated into an elite squad by Captain Price, who makes the player prove themselves capable first via time trial. Soap embarks on his first mission to intercept a cargo ship, where the SAS discover nuclear warheads en route to rebel military commander Al-Assad, who just so happens to be executing the president of Saudi Arabia on live television. Where this act really excels is in the relationship between the player as Soap and their mentor, Price. In your first interaction with him, he scolds you over a silly nickname and clearly doesn't think you're fit for duty. You are then immediately given an opportunity to impress and prove him wrong via a time trial, which you can then retake for higher and higher praise from Price. This bond is key for motivating the player to follow Price's command, especially since Price is the emotional through line as the plot goes on. So Soap and the SAS attempt to track down Al-Assad as the player follows the US First Force Recon on a messy wild goose chase across the Middle East. The First Force Recon are led into a trap and fail to evacuate before a nuclear bomb detonates, killing them and countless civilians. Soap and the gang track down and capture Al-Assad, who reveals he's being supplied by Russian ultranationalist Imran Zakhaev. Price shoots Al-Assad in the head, and the player relives Price's failed mission to assassinate Zakhaev 15 years ago. The SAS locates Zakhaev's son Victor, but he kills himself when Soap corners him on a roof. Fortunately, this provokes Zakhaev to fire 2 nuclear missiles at the US of A, and Price knows exactly where to find the launch facility. The second act does suffer from an abundance of emotional plot reversals. There's the pointlessness of the First Force Recon's hunt for Al-Assad, the nuclear bomb, Price's flashback failure, and Victor's suicide. In each of these cases, an action-packed and seemingly successful mission ends in tragic failure. Typically, in a film or game narrative, a moment of transformation for the player and protagonist. And this twist of fortune should change and dramatically affect the plot in its fallout. Their overuse here only helps show how insignificant each defeat is to the player's scripted course through the plot. The First Force Recon don't really count because we don't connect to Paul Jackson in the same way we do to Soap. And the nuclear bomb is dramatic set dressing for the game's underlying themes, the horror of modern warfare. Victor's suicide definitely doesn't slow Soap down, as Zakhaev's whereabouts are easily found through inevitable alternate options. The most interesting of these reversals is Price's flashback, which provides the player with a moment to feel as though they have failed by missing that one shot, giving them a reason to seek redemption. It gives Soap a clear way to redeem his mentor and fulfill his true destiny by killing Zakhaev and saving the world. Surviving members of the First Force Recon, along with Soap and pals, descend on the launch facility guns blazing. Soap manages to find the control room and enters the bulk codes to miraculously save the day. The SAS try to chase Zakhaev down, but get taken down by helicopters with rockets. Price is bleeding out on the bridge, but manages to slide his pistol to Soap, and when Zakhaev pops up, you kill him dead. Price seems to be dying on the bridge as everything fades to white, and Soap is airlifted to safety. A news broadcast reveals the world will never know of your heroic actions. The game's final act seems to descend into tonal imbalance, where the previous act has devastating failure and excess to highlight the toll and hardship of modern warfare. This one plays out like the first draft of a James Bond finale. Despite the news your work will forever be unknown to the wider world, and Price taking a nap until the sequel, the game delivers here on a hero's fantasy where you basically single-handedly save the world from nuclear annihilation. Because of this, the game's attempts to resonate as a thoughtful parable on war, or to try and emulate a grounded, true-to-reality soldier's tale, are lost to thematic disconnection and a clear emphasis on the most cinematic spectacles over the 6-hour roller coaster. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is gripping, contextualises its basic gameplay in a truly cinematic experience, but it struggles to find a definitive tone or message, earning it an 8 out of 12.